Hi guys, it is like 9 a.m. on a Monday morning, and normally I would have been up from 3:30 in the morning and I would have produced like a good 3,000, 4,000 words by now. And that hasn't happened today. That's not the kind of writing day we're having. So, yeah, I have done this many words today. But I'm just trying to go easy on myself and tell myself it's only 9 o'clock in the morning for normal people. This is kind of when the day starts. There's still tons of time. I'm just feeling really like physically and creatively depleted. This has been a bit of a rough month. I feel like I'm behind on a lot of stuff. And it just kind of comes down to it's hard. It's hard. It's hard writing a novella every month. It's hard publishing a novella every month, editing and publishing and making the cover page. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work when it's not what you're doing full time, when it's not your priority. Because I always say my family is my top priority. If work is interfering with that, then work is put on hold. So it is really difficult. And the thing that makes it most difficult is that I really do care. Yeah. Like every single one of those novellas. I never churn it out, I never just create something that doesn't matter to me just so that there is a product. It always comes from a place inside me, a dark place inside me, a place of introspection. And it always comes a little bit like, I don't know where it comes from. It's channeled. It always comes through me. And so that is kind of depleting, that it's like you're producing so much work and every single piece matters to you. And so, like, editing this last one, it's really important to me that I get it right. Like, I would say we're not perfectionists here, and I'm not like a massive perfectionist about most things in my life, but my art, it needs to be good. It really does. There's no point in putting more art into the world if it's not going to be good and honest and valuable. So, yeah, I put a lot of pressure on myself in that way. But I was lying in the tub this morning. I've just been taking it easy. I've been watching YouTube videos. I've, went outside a bit, just trying to figure out what I want to do. I was even thinking of skipping this writing day and skipping this whole month. I don't even know if I'm going to manage to get my novella published this month. And I was thinking of not writing anything, just Xing out this month completely. But I was lying in the tub and I just got a vision of the end of what I want to write. And it kind of came upon me. Up until now, like, I took one day on Saturday to just plan it, and it wasn't anything that I had even intended to write. It was a story idea from like way back, and I just jumped on it, and I'm like, okay, this I feel a little bit like writing. It's a little bit different than what I've been writing, which will be refreshing. The style feels a little bit different than what I normally do. So, yeah, I wanted something different. I wanted a break from my usual stuff. I mean, I have like my voice is very much my voice, and no matter what kind of style I'm writing in, it's always me, but at least something a little different. What was I saying? I have no idea. Can you tell? Can you tell I'm exhausted? Yeah. Basically what I'm saying, I think, is that I had this vision in the tub of where I wanted it to go, and it suddenly really came on me that this is going to be good. Yeah. I watched The House That Jack Built this week, and it's a Lars von Trier movie, and I love Lars von Trier. And I just thought it was a really interesting exploration of art. I mean, like, don't watch it if you don't like gore or you can't stand gore. I wouldn't say it was like a pleasant movie to watch. It was just interesting if you are an artist. I think it just touched on so many like struggles of the artist and things that you think about as an artist. And speaking of art that like takes a part of your soul, but that is totally honest. That's what it felt like, that movie. It felt like Lars von Trier was probably different at the end of it, but at least you could say he produced something that was like flamingly honest. And ultimately, the question, one of the questions that this movie asks is, what kind of house are you building with your art? Where does the house that you build lead? Does it lead up there or does it lead down there? Because, you know, you can build your house and it can be a cool concept, and you can make art just because it's like, oh yeah, it's, you know, you've produced something and it's witty or it's clever or it's like, oh, it's aesthetically, it's kind of cool, like, but ultimately you're the one who has to go and live in that house. When you produce something, it's a part of you now, and yeah, in the end, you can give it to the world, but you're the person who has to go and live in the house that you build. Does that make sense? This is the mood I'm in today. Yeah, I think I should just stop talking and go write. I'm probably going to procrastinate another 15 minutes before I even do. But I feel like I'm starting to ramble and not make much sense. So let's cut this off here, and I will check in and let you guys know how it goes. Okay. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we have something on the page. Whew. That took just about everything in me to get anything out. But we're going now. We can relax. We have work today. Let's just call it a day. No, I'm joking. We gotta keep going. We gotta plow through. I like this line. She tried to remember what thoughts had been circling their endless loops in her head like vultures over the carcass of her past life. Opulent. All right. Let's keep going. Okay, so I yanked 1,000 words out of myself by hook or by crook. I got these words out. They are on the page, and no one can take that away from me except a massive technological failure. So, that's done. We're going, we're rolling, and I'm going out to jog just to try to like reset myself, pump myself up. I'm gonna listen to some music. Try to get the energy up, and then after that I'll probably go in, maybe have a little lunch. You know, I'm trying to go easy on myself in the name of self-care and all that. Ooh, pretty flowers. Ooh, and a little cricket down there. Okay, cool. I've been looking for a cricket. I want to catch a cricket for my kids to put in their little bug box for a minute and observe. Anyways, so yes, let's do a little jog and then maybe have a little lunch, maybe write a little more before then. I don't know. We'll just see. We're taking it easy, not getting too pumped up, just going with the flow. We're chill, we're cool. It's all good. All right. I'll check in later. So, this is lunch today. 1/2 banana, 3 peaches, and a shit ton of watermelon. This is half a watermelon. I'll probably go back and get the other half. Look, there's still almond butter on the table from breakfast. Classy. Okay, because it's summertime. Why would I waste my time eating anything other than a crap ton of watermelon? Come on, think logically, people. So I'll eat my lunch, maybe watch something, chill, and then get back to work. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, good luck. Love you. Okay, I'll bring you some. I did it. Okay. Love you. Love you. Bye. So it is 3:15 and we are at 3,300 words. Yay! Okay, so I feel like we're at the point where things are kind of starting to block for me. I feel like I know where the next at least couple of thousand words are going to take me. I feel comfortable. I kind of know where I'm going. I know the next bits that I have to write. And when I started, I had like a really, really, really rough outline that I wasn't sure about at all. And now I don't have an outline, but I have a bit of direction. So I'm super happy. And it's, I think anyone who writes knows, like when you start writing, it tends to be slow going, and then there's that moment of unblock when you feel like it's just going to be smooth sailing for a little while. You can relax for a little while. So yeah, I'm really happy with where I am. I'm just going to sit my ass down and write the next 1,700 words to get me to 5,000. And then at 5,000, I'll get up and jog, take a little break. But honestly, yeah, I feel really happy with how this is going. Probably won't hit like the 10,000 words today, but I could imagine getting so far as like 7,000, 8,000. Yeah, even 5,000, I'm happy. That's further than I thought I would go today. So I'm happy with that. I think for me, word count wise, it's interesting. The real turning point where I feel like I've done a good day's work is 7,000 words. If I can get in 7,000 words today, I'll be happy enough. Yeah, I don't know why that's the marker for me. That's when it feels like I've done a bunch of work and I can see like the 10,000 marker is like well in sight. And yeah, 7,000. 7,000 would be like a high goal for today. But yeah, I think I'm feeling good about it. I'm liking these characters. I'm liking where this is going. This is kind of different for me because the tension is between two characters instead of one character and their like inner demons, which are oftentimes reflected in someone else or something else. Up until this point, that generally has been some kind of clown, dark clown, demon clown, terrorist clown, whatever. I guess that's the other thing, actually, that's kind of special, is that it's not particularly about... Actually, I don't think a clown is going to come into this at all. I think this is going to be more about a demon than a clown. And I think I want to keep writing my dark clown stuff, but I felt like I needed a break this month. And I think in general, I'm going to start allowing myself to branch out a little more onto other dark characters, monsters and like demons, all of those to be my kind of opposing point to my heroines. Villains, maybe villains, sometimes love interests, sometimes just opposing points, I would say. I would describe it as not exactly a villain, not exactly a love interest, something else. So yeah, it's going well. I'm trying to think like what genre to call my stuff. I'd like to have a cohesive word for all of my work. It was dark clown erotica, and then I realized that I didn't just want to write about dark clowns, even though I still want that to be like a prominent thing that I write about because it's kind of my favorite. And it wasn't really erotica. That was a big realization that I came to. I'm not actually writing erotica. I do write erotica, but that's something else. This stuff is maybe like erotic horror or erotic thriller, but I think to call it straight erotica is maybe misleading because there's a lot of stuff that happens between the sex. The sex is more of a plot device, and in this one, I can't tell if there's gonna be any sex yet. So I guess that's quite liberating that I'm really deviating from my usual stuff, which is fun for a break. Yeah, it's very exciting. I like it. I like where it's going. I'm curious. I'm curious to see what happens with this. Okay, situation update. It is like 5:30. I just had my last cup of coffee for the day and we hit 5,000 words. Yes. Okay, so at least like the lowest tier goal of my day is done. And now I think I'm gonna go do some jogging, have a little walk around, have some fresh air, have some dinner after that. My husband cooked steaks, yay. And then I think after dinner, I'm gonna try to churn out another like 2,000 words before I do bedtime with my kids. Then I'm watching a movie with my husband. We're probably gonna watch Trumbo because this is what we do every few years in our relationship. We rewatch the movie Trumbo. I don't know why this happens. I don't know why this is our thing. Apparently it's our favorite movie. I don't know. We just both kind of get the craving at exactly the same time. We'll be like, do you feel like watching Trumbo? Yeah, I kind of feel like watching Trumbo. I think it's that time. It's been a couple of years. So that's probably the movie we're watching. We're having like a little relaxing kind of date night situation after my day. And then I'm gonna have to make a decision, and this will be interesting. I'll check in and let you know what I decide on whether I want to crash out and sleep and work extra hard tomorrow morning, maybe get up super early, or whether I want to work through the night, get my last 3,000 words in to get to 10,000, maybe keep going from there, pull an all-nighter, and sleep a little bit during the day. I do this sometimes when I'm working. I pull all-nighters because, in large part because, no wait, there are two reasons. There are two reasons why I do this. One is because I find that when I'm writing, when I'm like kind of overtired and it's the middle of the night, sometimes the flow gets better. Like I feel like I plug into my subconscious and I enter a slightly altered state and I can just things just kind of come out of me and flow and weird associations get made, and that's when like the weird symbolism comes in when you're not like in your mind, in your conscious mind, when you're in your unconscious mind, you can plug into certain things. So that's one reason I like to write at night overtired. And then the other reason is that my toddlers are in bed, and even when Papa is with the toddlers, he does an amazing job at keeping them distracted and occupied while I'm working. But I'm always just like aware of them, like whatever, there's this psychic connection with kids, and you know, they come in every hour or 2 hours just to like check in. So I have these like little interruptions constantly, and I'm just always aware and always like, oh, where are they? Do they need anything? And so like, I don't know, there's this peace that descends when they're just in bed sleeping. And they don't sleep through the night, mind you. I'm not gonna say that. They're definitely like, I definitely have to go in like 2 or 3 times during the night to settle them down. I'm still breastfeeding my youngest, so I go in and I breastfeed, all that jazz, but at least I know where they are, and I know that they don't need me because they're sleeping, and that is like an enormously peaceful feeling and is enormously conducive to me doing my best work. Like, I don't know, somehow, if they're awake and they're loose, I'm always a little bit on edge. If they're loose in the building, if they're loose in the world, I'm never quite totally relaxed. Like, it's this is why parents love it when their kids sleep, because you know exactly where they are, and you know that for this short amount of time, they need for nothing. They are just satisfied. So yes, that's why I like to write at night. So I think I might do that. We'll see. I will check in later on, you know, around like 10, 11 o'clock at night and tell you what I wound up deciding to do. But now that I'm talking about it, an all-nighter does sound kind of fun. Good morning. It is a absolutely beautiful morning. The sun is out, the sky is blue, and it is 6:30, and I'm going to be starting writing soon. I didn't stay up. I wound up crashing out after watching a couple of episodes of The X-Files with my husband, because it's one of our favorite shows to watch. So, yeah, I'm feeling like so-so this morning. The good feelings kind of come in waves, on and off, but there's also still like some tiredness and sadness in there. But I feel pretty good. I think I'm gonna try for like a good 5,000 words before lunchtime, ideally. In 2 chunks. I'm gonna try to sit down and write 2,500, take like a big break, and then sit down and just write 2,500. And then have lunch, take a break, an hour, maybe even 2 hours. And then do another 5,000 words, and then maybe stay up tonight and do the last 5,000, because since I only did 5,000 yesterday, I've got 15,000 left, because I'm pretty sure this is going to be like a 20,000 word story. So that's usually what I write. Like, that's pretty much like my word count anyways, but just from the amount of like crap that happens in it, also it just makes sense for it to be that many words. So that's kind of the schedule for today. The sun is so blazingly bright, it's making the field next door look white, like almost like there was like a frost or snow, which there can't have been because it's July, but it's very pretty. And the air is kind of chilly, and maybe like I'm almost feeling like there might be just a hint of autumnalness. I don't know. I'm starting to feel the autumn already. It's the end of July, but I feel it. I feel it in the air. But me, in Canada, August is still hot, but there's something that changes in the air from August where you can already kind of feel autumn setting in, and you'll start to see leaves falling like first week, second week of August, you'll see them. Maybe that's what's making me a little bit sad these days, just feeling the very, 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 very beginning of the change of seasons. So yeah. That's the plan. I'd really like to get her done today. I don't want to be working on her tomorrow. If I have to be sleeping tomorrow because I pulled an all-nighter, so be it. But I don't want to be sitting down writing tomorrow. 2 days is enough. This is part of the reason I do it in 2 days, because for me, 2 days of writing and that kind of unavailability, that's like enough. That's more than enough. That's perfect. Any more than that. Oh, there's that cat. Meow. Come on, baby. Come say hi. It's like this white and orange cat. Oh no, he's different. Come say hi. Did you poop?
No.
Okay, so this morning I wrote 2,500 words. I just went jogging, came in, cleaned up, got my face on for the day, have a big glass of water. It is like 10:30ish, and I would ideally like to get out another 2,500 words before I break for lunch, whenever that is. So 2,500 words in a matter of, let's give it like hour and a half. So I would like to eat at 12. Yeah, I would like to eat at 12 and I'd like to have 2,500 words done by then. So I better get cracking. All right, I'm talking low because it is 11 o'clock at night and we are entering the final stretch, the final countdown. Family is all in bed. I'm just making my final round of coffee to keep me up all night. And yeah, 5,000 words to go. And we're just gonna stay up and do it. Just gonna get her done. Yeah. Feeling a bit tired, but I know once I caffeinate, I'll be good. I'll be good to go. So, let's drive her home. Am I applying lipstick at 11:30 at night? Yes. Yes, I am. Because red lipstick helps me write. Shut up. It's the truth. I don't know why this is so, but when I can't think, it actually really helps me to put on my red lipstick, my lucky red. Coffee, coffee, coffee. Okay, I'm gonna go look at my plot and see if I actually had anything planned for this part of my story. That would be handy, wouldn't it? Terribly clever of me. Doop doop. Midnight coffee is the best coffee. Yum yum. Okay, so this is my very rough outline. As you can see, I spend most of my outlining time procrastinating, doodling this chick over here. Let's see what's supposed to happen. She defeats him. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, well, we kind of changed that whole part. Okay, no. All of these notes and nothing about what is supposed to happen now. Okie dokie. Right. You guys know what I learned today? I learned that ticks are not insects proper. They actually have 8 legs. I did not know that. I was researching 8-legged animals because this is information I need for this particular story. And I was shocked to find that ticks can be counted in that group. Incredible. Amazing. I hadn't noticed, considering the amount of ticks that have been on me this season. I mean, they haven't managed to latch because they're incompetent creatures. I mean, they're massive, for one thing, at least the ones we get here. Makes absolutely no sense how they would possibly manage to survive in such great numbers when it's so obvious you feel them crawling all the way up. I think they're being so subtle, they just march up you with this kind of entitled air. as if they can't possibly imagine you flicking them off. Like, they just feel like they have a right to be there. Of course they're there. There was one sitting on my steering wheel once, marched all the way up there, sat on it, and stared me down, as if affronted that I was over here and it was over there. Preposterous. Really. Quite preposterous as an animal. Incompetent. Ridiculous. At least vaguely useful as food. Good food source. Good, healthy food source, I believe, for certain birds, it being so big and all. Can you tell I'm procrastinating? Let's get back to work. Hi guys. So it's a few days after my writing stints and I've recovered, and I just wanted to come on here and kind of create a little conclusion, talk about in retrospect how I feel about it. And that's the cat crying back there. I don't know if you can hear that. It was good. It turned out good, but I've been having some weird experiences. I don't know. I don't know, like, how exactly to talk about this, because this is quite weird. But with this story, I definitely felt like I accessed something quite dark. Like, this is definitely less tongue-in-cheek than I normally do. Usually I think of my stories as I use the word twisted chick flicks. You know, chick flicks for girls like me who like things a little darker, but essentially they're still all about satisfaction. They're still all about creating something that is an indulgence. And this time I deviated from that. This is my gravel pile. This is where I come and sit sometimes, sit and think, because it's always like warm from the heat of the day. And right now there's this beautiful sunset going on over there. I'm having a lot of trouble finding words for this exactly. So basically, what I'm saying is, I'm just gonna come out and say what I have to say. This story is very dark, is about a demonic entity, and contains scenes of animal mutilation. And in the days after I wrote it, I was in a very strange headspace, and also I hit 2 birds with my car, and I've never hit an animal before, and that was really scary and really sad. It's just horrific. And I don't know, maybe I'm being superstitious, but it just seems like the timing with this story is strange. And I always say that I do believe that art has an influence on life, that life imitates art, I think, to some extent. That's one of the principles behind why spells work. If you're a witch, that's why you can create a puppet and make it do something, and life will imitate what you've created if you put the right energy into it. like to say it's that, at least partly because the idea is horrific that I created this reality, or that I inadvertently hexed myself. And it's also kind of scary to think that maybe I wrote something that has dark magic in it, and so I'm not entirely sure what I'm gonna do. This is really, it's a good story, it turned out good, but I'm a little bit nervous about it being in the world, and it's really weird having this conversation now after, at the beginning, like I've just been editing the vlog, so I've just seen myself at the beginning of this writing stint talking about the house that Jack built, and like art and the kind of art you make, and the effect that that's going to have. So like, yeah, this is really disturbing in a way, having this conversation now about the effect that my art possibly had on my reality. Yeah. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Honestly, I want to put it out into the world, but I don't want to put anything with a dark energy out there. Maybe I could just perform a certain amount of spell work to try to castrate any power that this might have. I don't know. This is like a writing vlog. This isn't supposed to get all weird and occulty, but I just thought, if you're an artist, and I feel like anybody watching this will probably be an artist or a writer or something. If you're interested in somebody else's artistic journey, that's usually why, is because you have your own, and any artist might have an opinion on this, and the way art can have an effect on reality. Yeah. And what to do about that, even if it's not, if it's not like witchy occult stuff, even if it's just like even if it's just like, oh, going into like depressing places might make you depressed, and your life might affect the way you see things, or writing a character who sees the world in a certain way might make you see things that way. How do you protect yourself from that? How do you create psychic protection? How do you deal with that? Yep. So that's where we are with that. It's a beautiful evening. One more novella under the belt, and going into editing something new. This weekend will be the first read through of the next novella that I'm going to publish, and on Saturday, probably by the time, I don't know, when am I publishing this? No, I'm putting up this vlog on Thursday. So on the Saturday after that, Dark Artist is going to go up, and I'm really proud of Dark Artist. I think it's my best one yet. I'm really excited. All right. So yeah, comment if you have anything, any ideas, any feedback. I would love to hear from you guys. All right. Bye.